So this is at the end of day 2. Um, this is my build, this is how I progressed with it, and I want to talk about some of the changes that I made. Um, I'm currently level 82 and I have played for 14 hours, but I have to mention that around 2 to 3 hours I have been completely AFK, not trading, not doing anything like that. Completely AFK, and maybe 1 hour of trading. So in terms of gameplay and playing the game, progressing my character, I've been doing it for uh, maybe 10 and a half to 12 hours, depending on how you view it. Um, my Atlas progression, I have done 31 maps, and my Atlas 3 looks like this. Uh, Currently, I took this Shaping the Skies because early on I felt like I wasn't getting enough white maps. Uh, but I started to notice that maybe I just got lucky and got a bunch of uh, maps here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to take the shapings. Uh, if I'm very lucky and I feel like I don't need to take the shapings, then obviously I will not take them. Now the next step in my tree is going to take this syncretism, take this drawn to power, and then take the first wave moving into maybe the shapings if I need them. If not, I'll just go for the all that glitters. My build, how it handles content. Well, first of all, I did the tier 5 map with the Abaxot on it, which was influenced by the Stalker Sentinel. It was a rare Stalker Sentinel. I don't know what mods it had, but I did it without any issues. Um, for my labyrinth, I also did the Uber level at level 77 solo first try. It was no problem. Uh, for tankiness, this build currently is very tanky. And one thing that I did not include in the guide was using the GULL. Um, and I have to mention this: if you're mapping, this is very good. Until you get a very end game helmet and maybe you put shrines on your map device, this is actually very very strong. So I want to show you quick how this GULL works. So when you're killing mobs, it will spawn random shrines. For some reason it doesn't spawn now, but you're spawning mini shrines and you just stack them together. And when I'm going to get like this, you just click it, and as you can see, that's a free 30 seconds movement speed buff. Um, and also when I get syncretism, it's going to be much stronger. Now this is the build. Let's talk about the passive tree and some changes that I made on my passive tree because I think it's important. I didn't include them in the POP because I didn't think about them, but as I leveled, I decided, hey, I really need to take these nodes. So obviously you take this when you're leveling and then you spec out of them. Um, since I didn't have currency to buy a good jewel while I was leveling, I took this. Maybe now I'm thinking about respecting from it, but it also gives 30% reduce effect of curses and chaos resistance. So I'm just going to keep it. If I respect from it, I'm just going to get, I'm just going to save like 2 points on the 3 or 2 or 3 points, something like that. Take all the nodes right here, as usual. Now the big change is this. Uh, I took this recover and mana reservation efficiency for aura skills. The reason why I did that was because I'm still life based, you can see here, and 4% recover of life when you're killing a mob, and also regenerate 2% of life. It's very nice. And since I'm using blasphemies, that's really strong. Then you have infused flesh right here with the small passives, which gives you more tankiness, more instant recovery when you're taking damage. I took all the arcane expanse node, and pretty much the build is the same as in the POP. Now let's talk about some gems, and I think I should go back to the blood aqueduct because I didn't mention this when in the previous guide. Um, one one thing is like this: using creeping frost with greater multiple projectiles. Usually I use it only while leveling. While leveling with lesser multiple projectiles until I get a greater multiple projectiles. But if you're still leveling, like for clearing, Vortex and this is your main skill. Obviously, when you get into maps, you have a lot of area of effect and your curses. Um, the cold zap is going to be your clear, but while leveling and early maps, this is going to be your main clear, and then it's going to be Vortex. And you put it with either lesser multiple projectiles if you don't have yet access to greater multiple projectiles. But basically, when you are doing bosses in the campaigns and early maps, you're not really killing them with damage over time. You're killing them with this creeping frost. Because look here, when I keep the arrow of my mouse in front of my character, very close to it, the projectiles overlap, and this deals a lot of damage. So yeah, I wanted to mention that. Um, Generally, you are going to have a 4-link Creeping Frost with Control Distraction, Elemental Focus, or Swift Affliction, Hypothermia, depending on what gem colors you have. Um, then for my other items, I have to for my other gems, I have to mention that I was lucky and I got one Exalt drop. That was the only Exalt drop that I had, and doing some trades here and there. Spending, as I said, I spent like 1 hour trading, just looking for deals, searching all kinds of items. For example, this item I paid 6 kills for it. It is very good, but I had to like spend time researching it, finding the ones that is very good for an affordable price, right? Then I have gloves like this. This ring, for example, I paid 3 chaos for it. And I'm not saying I did the right thing, but it's uh, it's I got it for very cheap. This I have a 6 link. Let me do the trade real quick because I really need those money. Okay, so this is just a 6 link, nothing very special about it. This just has resistances and some chaos. It has some strength, but I didn't really need it because I had it from other sources like this amulet. For example, I paid um, I think it was 15 chaos for this, but it has a lot of stats, and I need a lot of strength and also dexterity. Dexterity, I guess I need 110, 120, um, and I need Singvicta for mapping. Um, then I use Steel Skin. I use Frostblink, Arcane Surge. I have Blasphemy here, Enfeeble, Frostbite, and Temporal Chains. As you can see, they are all level 21 because the gem was like 2-3 chaos. So at level 72, if you have like 20 chaos stored away, you can have your blasphemies and curses level 21, which gives a lot of area of effect. You can have your vortex level 21. Maybe you cannot have your creeping frost because for some reason it was very expensive. It was like 15 chaos. Uh, but you're going to have a lot of damage. You have a lot of gems. Um, Support gems are actually quite expensive to get, but you don't really. need them that much. The impact is not that big compared to blasphemies and curses and your main DPS skills. Also, try to get a steel skill level 21. As you can see, I need 159 strength because it's just very good. It gives you like 2000 damage block. Uh, for my shield, I looked for chance to block because I have here chance to block. So this puts me at 49% chance to block attack damage and 29 to block spell damage, and I'm also going to take some spell block damage here, which is another 16%. Um, let's see, is there anything that I need to talk about? And the reason why I have Creeping Frost here and Greater Multiple Projectiles um, is because I don't have Discipline and I have empty slots, so I said let's just use this for more DPS on bosses. You can definitely skip it. Obviously, while you are leveling through acts, you need it. Uh, but since I already have the gems open, I already have a 6 link, I already have all the 3 curses, I said why not put it. And one mistake that I did was not having another DPS gem on my Vortex. So now while I'm doing bosses, I still use the increase of effect just because I'm lazy and I don't have another support gem, but that's pretty much it. Again, pretty much prioritize the GULL. Let's recap. Prioritize the GULL, take the shrine nodes here, and once you take them right here, and also if you have the Invictus, make sure when you have Invictus for Rampage, when you are swapping on your weapons, you don't have any auras because then you will have to activate them. It's going to be quite nasty. But that's pretty much it. Uh, my flasks are very bad. I'm not going to swap to CI yet. Um, the reason for that is because I have very great items, and these items don't really. I don't want to swap to CI right now because it doesn't benefit me all that much, to be honest. I have very decent chaos resistance. I don't have the crafts for stun immunity, uh, and I don't have elemental elements avoidance yet. So I don't feel like I want to swap to CI because the build works very well. Um, that was the update for day 2. Now I'll start the day 3 and see how much further I progress.